Have you ever opened a book only to realize it's writing you? In the heart of a forgotten European town, under the creaking rafters of a centuries-old library, a struggling writer meets a woman who shouldn't exist. She doesn't give him her name. She only hands him a book old, worn, and completely blank. But when the moon rises and sleep takes him, words begin to appear, and every word is about him. What happens when the story inside that book starts coming true, and the woman from the library begins visiting him in his dreams? This is not just a story. This is a warning. Don't forget to like, comment your theory, and subscribe for more eerie encounters that blur the line between fiction and fate. They say that in every ancient town, there is a building that remembers what people choose to forget. For Theo Callahan, a failed novelist searching for inspiration, that building was the old Hemsley Library, a weathered stone structure tucked between ivy-covered alleyways in a forgotten European village. The locals passed it by with nervous glances, muttering superstitions about how the shelves choose their reader. Theo laughed it off. He didn't believe in ghosts. What he believed in was deadlines, coffee, and the growing emptiness of his bank account. It was a foggy Thursday when he stepped inside for the first time. The scent of parchment and dust hung thick in the air. A spiral staircase groaned under his weight. The only sound was the slow ticking of an unseen clock. And then he saw her. She wasn't wearing a name tag. She wasn't listed on the town registry. She wasn't even in the mirror near the reading room. But she was there sitting silently between two towering shelves, wearing a long black dress with silver embroidery like starlight. Her eyes didn't blink. Her presence was like a breath held too long. She didn't speak. She simply stood up and handed him a book. A worn leather cover. No title. No author. Inside, the pages were blank. This is some kind of joke. Theo muttered ... She only tilted her head and whispered in a voice barely above silence. The words will come, but only at night. That evening, back at his rented cottage, Theo placed the book on the nightstand and forgot about it. Until 3:03 a.m. He woke up in a sweat, heart pounding. The room was cold. The book lay open on the bed, glowing faintly under the moonlight. And inside words. His name, his childhood, his failures, his secrets. Every single page filled itself with sentences that knew him better than he knew himself. He tried to laugh it off. Maybe he'd written it in his sleep. But night after night, it continued. New chapters, deeper confessions, vivid descriptions of events that hadn't happened yet, but soon did. The woman appeared again, now in dreams, sitting at the foot of his bed, speaking to him in riddles. What is written must be lived. At first, the book brought him success. He transcribed the entries and published them as a novel. It became a bestseller. Critics called it hauntingly intimate. But the deeper the story went, the more disturbing it became. The book started writing about her, describing moments they never shared, including ones where she watched him from across the street, from behind mirrors, from inside shadows. One night, the book predicted that he would find a locked room beneath the library. The next day, Theo returned. He told himself it was madness, but the door was there. Behind a shelf labeled fiction, a spiral staircase descended into candlelight. He followed it. The room below was filled with thousands of blank books, all identical to his, and in the center, a chair, still warm, the same silver-threaded dress draped over the backrest. She was nowhere in sight. On the final page of his book, one sentence appeared, "Now that you've read, you must write." Theo hasn't been seen since. Some say he vanished. Others believe he's still in that room, filling a new book for the next desperate writer who walks in. And the woman? They say she still waits in the shadows of the library with another blank book in hand, watching, smiling. If you ever come across a book with no title and pages that whisper your name, would you read it? Like if this gave you chills. Comment your theory and subscribe because the next story might be yours.